It's so happy you are here. Let's do a practice to open up the joints. To open up the joints and to let the energy flow throughout the body. So we're gonna be doing some rolling and we're gonna be doing some circling, some spiraling, and even some coiling. So let's get started by just rolling the wrists like this, one on top of the other. And you wanna spread the fingers. You want to spread the fingers so the energy can leave through the fingers. And you can do whatever weight shift you want to do with the feet while you're doing this. So opening up the joints and working with this spiral movements is so good for many reasons. One is that it clears out the stagnation that tends to be kept in the joints. Let's spiral the other way, circle the other way. And this spiraling movement also mirrors the movements of nature that works in spirals. So on different levels, this is really a nice thing to do. And it's also a bit boring. It's a bit boring if you are in that mood where, I just rather watch Netflix or whatever streaming. I just want to do something else to relax. Right, so I'm with you. I'm totally with you on that kind of tendency. And what I want to say, I'll say it just as we shake the wrists like this, or the hands like this. Just wave them, let go. I want to invite you to leave that part of you that thinks this is boring. Leave it somewhere really nice, where it's not boring. And now just turn the hands towards you, the palms towards you, shake them. And when that part that tends to be bored is somewhere safe and fun, then we can focus on being here and doing our practice. Because once we get into it, there's a lot of meditation, and you know all the wonderful effects of meditation. There's a lot of meditation to be found within these movements. Okay, let go of that. And now let's take the shoulders up to the ears and let it go. So you come up and you release. Squeeze, release. Bring them up to the ears and release. And you can use the breath here. So inhale up, exhale. Clearing out all the tense area up here in the shoulders. It's really nice. I tend to hold a lot of stress up there. So let go of that if you are in that same boat. Good, slow it down and let it go. It's actually kind of intense, especially when you are like pressing, squeezing them up and then releasing. So it's, you have to reorientate afterwards. Okay, so let's do another one for the shoulders. So let's bring the right leg in front and shake the arm inside the leg like this. So just shake it out. Shake the arm. And now bring the shoulder up to the ear. So just where it was before, just up to the ear. And roll it down. Come to the inside. So you come up, roll the shoulder, break down. You can't see that. And then on the inside is where the arm lands. So try it out in your own body. There's a little weight shift here as you come here where we have your straight leg a little bit, and then the weight is in the back foot and down. So, but it's really not a focus on the legs, it's for the shoulder, but it's kind of nice to take yourself into this meditative movement by weight shift, by weight shift in the legs. So it's up to you. So you're not doing a whole lot. The only thing is that you're squeezing the shoulder up. But it's up to you how much you want to do it. Especially once you kind of got the movement and you want to go into that meditation. Just close your eyes. And it's up to you how much of a squeeze this one is. Okay. Shoulder rotations. Breathe into it and keep at it for a few rounds. Up and down and come forward. Up and down and come forward. Good. Good. And come to stillness and shift the legs. Good. And let's start just by shaking out now the left arm. Just shake it out inside the leg. And once you're ready, you come forward with the weight in the front, and then come back with the weight as the shoulders come, roll up and in. So this is absolutely best, easiest to do when you don't think too much about it. It's like that I feel with many of these movements. It's really awkward when I try, when I think too much about it. And if I just allow myself to try it out, allow myself to do it the wrong way, like, okay, it wasn't like that, it wasn't, just do something and you'll figure it out. You'll be like, oh, okay, this is a squeeze right there for me, right. And then naturally the arm will land inside the leg. So you're working with a weight shift and you're working with your mind here as well to relax as much as possible. Into the shoulder rotation exercise. Continue. Come forward. Bring the shoulder up and down. And trust that you got this, and that this movement, as with all the other movements we're doing together, can seem different every time you do it. It's like, oh, today it feels like this. Just notice that. So are you bored yet? Or did you take my advice? And just be here with that part of you that really wants this new kind of freedom in your body, because that is really what we are creating with movements and with the meditations, just like this. Okay, let's do a few more rounds. Shoulder up, down, forward. Good. And step it up, feet together, and just feel that for a little pause here. Just feel the effect. See what has changed in your shoulder area. And when you're ready, you open your eyes and let's continue. I'm feeling a little warm, so I'm being creative with my clothes here. So let's press on some acupressure points here around the elbows. So we have here on top a pressure point, acupressure point for immunity, or for that is good for your immune system. And then we have here for your respiratory system and for emotional balance on the inside. So those are the three on top, in the crease and inside the arm here. So let's first just stimulate those points by squeezing a little bit as we circle the arm. Hand comes up and drops. So it's not too hard here, but you're just stimulating the points. And then we'll tap them afterwards. Loosening up here, softening through the joints. And imagining some wonderful, warm, golden oil. I know I've made that image before. So that's the image you use in these kind of silk reeling movements. Okay, let's stop that and then tap just with your knuckles here on top. And you can feel your way with this. Because for me, I've started to really crave this. So you can do it, pretty hard, and you can do it much lighter. So completely up to you. And let's do the crease of the elbow. Long point. And on the inside for emotional health. Good. And come out of it, feel it, relax it. Let's do the other side. So we want to stimulate the points first just by doing these circles. Remember to breathe. Circling the arm. Finding renewed freedom in all of who you are. And maybe imagine some warm golden oil to, oil and mobilize your joints. Okay, slow that down and let's do the tapping. So tap on top. Relax your shoulders, bend your knees a little bit, and relax your body as you're doing this tapping. And you feel your way with this, how much pressure you need. Do it on the crease of the elbow. And the inside, just like you're clapping here. Good. And slow that down. All right. Good. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Let's move on with the circles and then we'll do some coiling movements as well. That's pretty nice. Okay, so let's do some knee rotations. Hands on top of the kneecaps and just send them out and in and together. Out, in and together. So you're working with the energy here in your knees. You're also getting some rotations in the ankle. Good, and let's move them the other way. And maybe as we do this, you can imagine golden light inside your knees. Healing energy. Good. And slow that down and come up. All right. So let's do these coiling movements. I'm clearly excited about those, right? I really am. I also find that they're a bit of a brain twister, but that might just be me. But I like when there's several benefits to what we're doing rather than just one thing. Now place one hand. Let's do the right hand here on your side, on your waist. So this hand is here. There's nothing tricky, and this might not be tricky for you, for your brain at all. Okay, it's just me, but I like it. So, and the other side, you have the hand towards the side, the arm towards the side, and the palm is down first. And then you stretch it forward and you open up. Okay? And come in and open up, and you start to turn to the side as well. So this is it. It's not more complicated than that. But it can be a little bit working the brain here, the connections between right and left. hemisphere. So this is good for the tendons. So you maybe not, you don't feel it like you would if it was, you're not in plank or anything here with the muscles, but it is this coiling movement that is so good for the tendons. And it's a whole body movement, so you are rotating. It's called Phoenix Spearhead. Okay, a few more times like this. Get into it like a meditation. That's so lovely about when it's simple and you got it and you're like, okay, it's just this. Yeah, then we can really tap into the meditation around it. Okay, good. And come to the other side. So the hand, now the left hand to, I want to be sure not to interrupt my microphone. Okay, to your hip area, and the other hand, turn it, palm down, and then you do this movement. So palm goes up and you extend the arm as you rotate around. Okay, and it's a whole body thing, so you look over your opposite shoulder. Working with this wringing out, spiraling, coiling movement. A few more times. You can close your eyes. Let yourself just flow with it. Good. And come back to me. And let's do another one. So this one is from the Drunken Monkin series. And what you do is, so you just come down, bend your knees a little bit, and let's do the right hand. The back of the hand comes in, and then you shift it like this, and then rotate all the way around as if you're blocking the moon. That's not the name of it, but there's a similar movement called that. So you want to block any light there, and you come back in like this. So already when you come in, the back of the hand is in, right? Come up, spiraling, and all the way around. So that's the movement. All the way around. Get into it. Do this a few times. And now let's do inhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, inhale the two first movements, and then exhale for a long one here. One more time. So sometimes it's really nice with this combination of movements to breath. Let's do the other side. Back of the hand comes in, rotate, rotate around. Stretch it out there on the back. Good, so when you're ready, you can employ the breath. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. And it's like you're rotating around, but you're not moving your feet. So you only turn as far back as you can without moving the legs, and the knees are safely pointing forward. A few more times just to get into this meditative quality. Inhale, inhale, rotate to the exhale. And a reason why, at least for me, I can think that this is boring sometimes if I'm in that mode is because there is a lot of repetition. But I've said what I should say about that. Right now we're here and we're getting into the meditation. Meditative part of it is perhaps connected to a little bit of boredom. That's okay. Let's do it one last time. In, and out. All right. That was the little coiling block. Good. Let's continue with opening up and going into some rolling movements. So let's do this where we, I think is it called turtleneck maybe? So you take the chin up and over and in. So what you're doing is really creating circles, big circles, with your chin up and over and roll up. Inhale up, exhale, come forward and over. So inhale, you really take that long inhale and then continue exhaling, coming forward, rolling up. And as you come forward, the hips are forward as well. So it's this full body roll. Good. Let's do it in the other direction. So the chin towards the chest and come to look up. Chin towards chest, sit down, glide back with the hips, and you look up and the hips come forward. Okay? So you're rolling down. And I really find that to get this, it's good to focus on just the chin here. But it's really, of course, a movement for your spine and to open up all the joints in your spine. Good. Slow that down and come to center. Good. Good. Let's continue with the wave and the fountain. So this is really now even more the energy work part of this practice. It's all energy, but there's more maybe the flowing movement at least. So a little bend in your knees here. Stand your ground, stand rooted. Okay, good. And now the wave is exactly this rolling movement we've just been doing. We just have your hands out like this, and it's a little slower because you also want to really have your imagination there. So you imagine like a wave in the ocean is coming up and over you, gliding your hips back. Inhale, raise your hands up, lean back and over on your exhale. So you keep at it with the rolling movements and you coordinate. Inhale and exhale. So feel your way into this now and come forward as much as you're comfortable with. And lean back as much as you're comfortable with. And in your mind's eye, you imagine a wave. What color is it? It is a healing wave. It's healing water. How it looks and sense is completely up to you. But sense that it is healing and its purpose is to create inner peace. Inside of you. And to assure you that you're right where you're supposed to be. Let's do 2 more times. Roll it up and over. One last roll, roll it up and over. Good. Roll up to standing. Sense the energy in that. And let's continue to the fountain. So, again with your bent knees here, and the back of your hands now come together and roll up and out to the sides as you glide your hips back. Rolling up. So this is the movement. It's very similar in the spine. It's just the hand position changed. And what we're doing is actually bringing up this water energy up through the legs into the spine. Inhale as you roll up. Exhale, come out. And in circles. So you have this magical fountain underneath your feet. And we're bringing out that energy to, in the end, give us peace, inner peace. Also to strengthen our bones. That's associated to water energy. So many benefits to this. See if you can relax into it. And let's do just a couple to end, but let's do them really slowly. Okay. And what we do here is having the hands up around the lung point and then letting them go to the sides. So you're bringing the water energy up and coming around. Bring it up and around. Okay, let's do a final one, really slow. Good. And let go of that. Good. Good. So let's say just a couple of more before we are closing. So I hope that you by now are in some kind of watery mode and everything is a little bit more slow and a little bit more flowy. So equally distributed weight in your feet, bend in your knees, and bring your hands up like this with fingers pointing forward. And like a bird, you want to dive in and bring up some energy. So it's again the same kind of rolling in the spine. Bring it up. Come a little bit forward. And in. So there's a little dive to this one. Come in and dive. But you do it as a continuous movement. So try it out. Now next time the hands are out, what you do when they come in, instead you spiral the hands in like this and then turn again. Okay? So it's the same, but just the hand goes in, the hand position changes and then come out. Just draw the energy in. Good, and let's do this up by the heart, so just a little higher. Take that energy in. Good. And let's go up by the forehead now. It looks like this. Just take it. You don't have to see what it looks like. You feel it in your own body, actually. So up by the forehead and over. I really want you to feel this in your own skin, in your own bones. Good, and let's start to come down again. So to the heart, a few times to the heart. And just lowering to the solar plexus. And come all the way down to just the lower belly here. And see if you can get into a movement, not actually get slow down into a movement, where you're just rolling from your heels into your toes. So there's still some motion in your spine. Good, and slow it down, and feel in between your hands. So connect to your feet and feel grounded here, but center your awareness around your hands and see if you feel the energy there between your hands. And enjoy it. Sense it however you experience it. Good. Let's do a closing one to take this energy in. So to take this energy in, we'll do this flying again. The other one was also flying, but now flying out like this with the hands. And then we press the energy into the body. So this energy that you've just made contact with, that's around you, that's all around you, this healing energy, this field of potentials, you want to take that in. So let's first just float the hands up and down and imagine that your skin's pores are opening up. So the pores of your skin is opening up and taking golden light in. And just to emphasize that, let's have the hands up and then press the energy in. So you have open skin that really wants to receive, and then you press the energy in by really squeezing the legs together and squeezing the hands into the body. Let's do that a few times. So squeeze it in. But up here, when you raise the hands, you relax, squeeze it in. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze the energy in. Let's do it 2 more times. Good. Let go of that. Let go of that and just stand rooted like a tree, and let the fingertips point together, the elbows relax, and the head is being lifted by the crown. Tailbone drops. Feel how you contain the energy and lower embracing the tree. And relax. As you stand strong and as you have been cultivating all of this energy that's now being stored in you, in your bones, really taking in all of that wonderful energy, and place one hand on top of the other underneath your navel. Relax everything and do some circles right here on your lower belly to signal that this energy is now stored within you in your center. Oh man, you did this. How great is that? How great are you feeling? I hope you're feeling very lovely, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments if there's anything in particular that you would like my assistance with in terms of these kind of movements. Bye.